I've got some tile and grout I'm going to be cleaning today. I just got here. This is I don't know if it was a rental, but the owners are making it into a rental. And she said the grout was pretty bad, and it really is. I tried to check the best I could, which is not always going to be 100%, to see if there was any sealer on the grout. I don't think that there is. I also checked to see if I could see if these were MDF shoe moldings. I don't think they are either. Now this house has been here for many years, so it probably does not have MDF baseboards or shoe moldings. Usually I only see that in houses that have been remodeled, and these baseboards and shoe moldings look like they've been here for a while. And that's one of the things I have here on my disclaimer about tile and grout that I typically like for people to sign. I mean, it's very rare that I don't have them sign off on it. It talks about efflorescence, MDF, baseboards, shoe moldings, sealers, and things like that. So I've got this bathroom that also needs to be cleaned. And there's one more bathroom, I guess it's over here. And there's also this bathroom. It's kind of different kind of tile. It's like a glazed tile. So I'm going to start here in the kitchen just because this is the worst of it, and I want to see how it's going to clean up. And I know that the owner of the property, she actually called me before I even got here this morning. She was very anxious to know because the grout is in such bad shape, and she wanted to see how I was going to clean up. I don't know, this may require some scrubbing or something. I don't know. I don't know if I have my brush for the Arc Orbiter with me, so I may have to hit it with a grout brush or something, but I'm going to see. I think I'm just going to pre-spray this area right in here since it's the worst, see how it cleans up, and then go from there. Because I've had a few jobs. I had one about a month ago. The grout did not clean up like either me or the homeowner expected. So I think this would be a pretty good test area right here to see what the results are going to be before I move forward. For my tile pre-spray, I'm going to be using Tile Whiz from Harvard Chemical Research, and also have some 20 volume peroxide mixed in. I got the front part of the kitchen sprayed all the way up to almost even with the dishwasher all the way across, and I also sprayed inside the pantry and the utility room here. I'm gonna give this a few minutes to dwell while I get the hoses and everything set up. And I think I am gonna break the grout brush out on this one because I was looking at parts of the grout and I can't tell if it's maybe some sealer that was on there that's broken down or if it's just crud on the grout line. So once I get all the hoses set up, I'm gonna go over some of this with the grout brush and just see what happens. I had a question the other day from somebody about what pressure I clean carpet and tile and grout at. I clean the carpet at between 500 and 550 PSI. And for tile and grout, I just turn the pump all the way up and I clean it at 1200. I do not run heat when I clean tile and grout. I'm typically doing residential jobs that aren't all that bad. This one here may be the exception. But I want to be able to run the full 1200 PSI that the pump will do whenever I'm cleaning tile and grout, and the Little Giant's only rated for 600. I have ran it up to 800 before without any problems, but I really don't want to make a habit of that. So what I do is I have this hose that runs between the pump and the inlet for the Little Giant. So I just disconnect it right here, and then I hook my solution line directly to the pump. All right, I've given it about maybe 12 minutes to dwell, and I can see the crud getting eaten off these grout lines. Yeah, I think it's making a big enough difference where I'm gonna need to go ahead and scrub all these grout lines real quick. I got the area that was pre-sprayed scrubbed, and you can see how much crud was coming out of those grout lines. It may have come up with just the spinner. I don't know. And really, I would like to not have to scrub anything, But the truth is, after I put my pre-spray down and I'm already set up, I've got time to kill while the pre-spray dwells. So, you know, it's not that much more effort to go ahead and scrub this. So I'm gonna get the electric truck mount fired up and we'll see how these grout lines come out. So it's cleaning up pretty good, actually a little bit better than what I thought. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of detail work around some of these baseboards and right here. And to tell you the truth, it's really hard to use the spinner and hold the camera. So I'll show you what it looks like whenever I'm done. All right, I got this area here about as good as I'm gonna be able to get it. I took out the drawer for the stove just to kind of get back there a little bit more. I got this part of the kitchen and dining room pre-sprayed, scrubbed, and it's been about 10 or 12 minutes dwell time, so I'm gonna get to cleaning that. So this part's cleaning up pretty good too. Again, it's hard to hold the camera while I use the spinner, so I'll show you what it looks like after I'm done. All right, I am done with this tile and grout. It is not perfect, but it is way, way, way better than it was before. So I think she's gonna be really happy. Now, it was so bad that right there where the tile and the grout meets the door, you know, there's some dark area there. I did hit it with my Cobra hand tool, just as I did where all the grout lines meet the wall, which, as much as I don't like scrubbing, I really hate having to do this detail work with the Cobra hand tool. I need to get one of those long crevice tool type deals to use there. But for the most part, came out pretty good. Like I said, came out better than I was thinking that it might. This bathroom, it cleaned up pretty good. There's still some dark staining around the toilet. I could probably get that out with an acid. I don't use acids. Most of the people that I deal with, they understand that, you know, years of peeing in the grout lines could be an issue, and I simply don't want the liability of using, you know, an acid. But as a whole, I'm looking through the camera and it looks like the grout lines are still kind of dark, but looking at them in person, they are a lot lighter than what they're showing on camera. And this bathroom cleaned up even better than the other bathroom. Again, on camera, these grout lines look a little darker than what I can see that they look like in person. But I wasn't really sure what the color of this grout was. But as it turns out, it was just kind of dirty. So it came out pretty good too. It's not a whole lot of tile and grout jobs that I do that I really need to scrub. This just happened to be one of them. So I may try to get more tile and grout cleaning videos up. But I think that's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.